Hello everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's Rachel here from Makers Gonna Learn, your ultimate die cutting community. If you have a die cutting machine that works with the SVG and PNG cut files, and that could be a Cricut Maker, a Brother Scan and Cut, Silhouette Cameo, and many more machines. If you have one of those, then you will absolutely love our membership website. We have over 1,000 digital cut files, almost 200 fonts available exclusively to yearly members, along with a free commercial license and 3 free online e-courses helping you master design space, your machine, and how to build a business through die cutting. If you want to see that, amazing printable guides, and a Facebook group exclusive to the members, and much more, click the first link in the description below to see what our membership is all about. Anyways, guys, in today's video, it's going to be a good one. We're talking all about Teflon sheets. Do you need it? Do you not need it? What projects do you need it on, if any? What happens if you make the exact same project, use it on one and don't use it on the other? Today I'm going to be asking all of your hard-hitting Teflon sheet questions, and I can't wait to get into it. This is going to be a pretty simple tutorial, I guess I should say, a very simple comparison video. So we're going to be using little socks today. I wanted to keep it simple. I wanted it to be white, and we're going to be using some black iron-on here. I really wanted to make the comparison simple. I didn't want to overcomplicate anything by making a big pillow with a bunch of different types of iron-on. I'm going down to the basics using white cotton socks, black iron-on. We're going to use a font to write one word, probably a name or something, maybe my name, Rachel, just on the side of these socks here. And then we're going to take our baby Easy Press here, it's a little Stella, our 6x7 Easy Press 2, and we're going to heat one using the Teflon sheet and heat one without the Teflon sheet. And then, if there doesn't seem to be a difference, we're going to kind of put it to a little bit of a test. We're going to keep upping the time and seeing if the one that has the Teflon sheet will not burn, and if the one that we do not use the Teflon sheet with will not burn, and vice versa. We're just going to compare them, get kind of crazy with it. These are socks that I got at the Dollar Tree, so it's not going to be a very hard loss. So we're just going to keep going and see if we can really affect these socks by using a Teflon sheet or not, and ultimately trying to help you guys decide if you need to spend the money on it or not, because I'm pretty sure these guys from Cricut were $24.95, and if you feel like this is a necessity, maybe this video will help you choose otherwise, or maybe we'll get done with this and I'll be like, guys, everyone has to have a Teflon sheet, you know? So this is the beauty of these comparison videos. It's just me coming on here, answering some questions, not being biased, not thinking we have to have one or we don't, just kind of making the project and seeing what happens through the tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll hop into Design Space and make a little word for us. So here we are in Design Space, and we're going to go over to text. And if you're looking for any fonts that you have downloaded from Makers Gonna Learn, because we have almost 200, you're going to want to go over to System here, and we're going to find a very simple font here that we're going to use today. I would like a thick font, a thick font that just kind of gives us a really good baseline as to how our project is doing and how it is all staying here and staying and not burning or anything. So we're going to use the font Nathan, and I'm just going to type in my name here, and we're just going to duplicate this. So actions, duplicate, and now we're going to size them both. So here, if we go to edit, we can see that it is 3.8 by 0.7. So we're just going to take our little sock here, and we're going to get our measuring tape, and we're going to measure this little guy and see how long he can be. So he can be, I want to say 4.5 inches long. So we're going to bring this back in here, and we're going to do a width of 4.5 inches long, and that makes it 0.9 inches wide, which is totally fine, and we can stretch that out if we wanted to. But we're just going to do the same thing over here, go back to the width and do 4.5. And now we're just going to hit make it up here. And we're going to go ahead and hit mirror because this is using iron-on. And I'm going to flip this around because our scrap piece here is kind of laid out a little awkward. And we are using a scrap piece, so I'm just going to flip those around a little bit here. And just make sure you do mirror that. And I hit continue, and we're just waiting. And now we're going to set our material to iron on, give that more pressure, and now we are going to load this into our mat. And this is, or excuse me, load this into our machine, not our mat. And this is on here, shiny side down, because iron-on does come with its own built-in transfer tape, so that is just a great thing to note. We're just going to load this in here and press that flashing Cricut button whenever it tells us to. And while that's cutting, we're going to open up our Cricut printable guide, and we're going to find our Easy Press setting here. And this thing, guys, it is full of terminology, blade charts to show you what blade you need for which material, which cutting mat to use, and Air Easy Press temperature charts. So these are 100% cotton, and that means we're going to set this guy to 315 and peel off warm. I love this thing, guys. We use this all the time in the studio. So we're going to turn our little Easy Press on to 315, and it's already set for 30 seconds. So I'm very excited for this. We have our Teflon sheet, we have our Easy Press mat, and we're just going to put this to the test and see how it heats. If it heats well, we're going to do it one at a time just to make sure that everything is fair and square. So we're going to lay our little letters on here and hit it, and then we're going to switch it back and then hit this one without the Teflon sheet, one with, one without. And then if they both seem to look very, very similar, we're going to kind of go a little crazy and up the ante to like 100 seconds and see if we can see anything happen on these socks. And just like that, our Cricut is done cutting and the Easy Press has preheated. So we're just going to take this out and weed this and then get going on the test. So I can see where this has cut, so I'm just going to take my Cricut True Control knife here and cut off the excess so that we have even more to work with. Look at this little scrap piece that we'll be able to use later. And now we're going to take our little Cricut tool, our little weeder tool here, and just weed the excess off of these letters. And guys, this is just a fun little fact. Tanner does not believe me that there is many different ways to spell Rachel. He doesn't. He thinks that E-L, R-A-C-H-E-L, is the only normal way to spell it. And he personally has never met anybody with the name Rachel that was spelled differently. However, I have met Rachels that are spelled R-A-C-H-A-E-L, E-A-L. I mean, E-L, like myself. I mean, I've seen Rachels from all over the place spelled all kinds of different ways. So that's just a little fun fact for you. We talk about on live sometimes. But here's our little sock here. We're just going to lay this down right here. This is going to be hilarious if this works. I'm just going to be wearing socks with my name on the sides of them. But I'm just going to lay these down. And now that these have been labeled here, they just have my name on them, I'm going to go ahead and get the Easy Press mat, and we're going to start on one. So right here's the Easy Press mat. We're just going to lay one of these down, and this will be the one that we use without the Teflon sheet. So it is set to 315 for 30 seconds. We're just going to go ahead, hit that button, and count down and give it some good firm pressure. Firm pressure is a good key component we talk about a lot here, so just make sure you're giving firm pressure on this. We want everything to be as even as possible. We want to remove a lot of the variables that could have us get craft fails, so just bear with us here. We're just going to try and make this all as even as possible. Because let me just tell you guys, I've always been curious about these Teflon sheets. I really, really have. So that was 30 seconds. And as you can see, guys, the glorious bubbles, I don't know if you all can see them. You can see the bubbles, and it's doing this really weird thing where it's like, I don't know, it's really weird. I don't know if you can see it. It's like it's pulled the sock inward, and it's like doing this weird thing. I don't know if it's the transfer paper or what, but that is super hot. So I'm just going to throw that to the side there and bring in our other one here. And this one is going to be used with the transfer Teflon sheet here. So here's the Teflon sheet now on top of it here. So you're going to take this again, place it down, and hit that button. Now this is just wild to me because I don't really know how. This thing is really, really thick. So I'm not sure how the heat is going to go down there and really get into the grooves quite like it does with no Teflon sheet. So I'm really curious to see that. But Again, we're getting the same amount of pressure. We want everything to be the same here. And 5 more seconds. I'm really curious to see this and to feel the Teflon sheet and see how hot it is. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. The Teflon sheet, woo, it's hot too. It's very, very hot. So we remove that, and it kind of looks like it did the same thing. It didn't curl up quite as much. This is this one, and this is the one without the Teflon sheet. The one without the Teflon sheet seemed to have curled up a lot more. If you can tell, like this is the one without, this is the one with. I don't know. I think this one curled up a bit more, but that one's super, super hot. So now we'll compare them and see how they look. So the top one is the one that we use with the Teflon sheet. So they're all kind of bunched up and crunchy, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's just because of the sock material. And this type of material, you definitely could have used Sportflex if you wanted to use Sportflex on a material like this. They don't recommend Sportflex for cotton, but since socks are so stretchy, I think that that would be one of the rare cases it would be okay to use it. So let's look at the one up close of that we use the Teflon sheet with, and it looks fine. It looks totally fine. It looks like all the letters have stuck down nice. It looks like it's already coming up in spots here, like it's just begging to come off. And it looks okay. There's a little spot on the A here. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is looking pretty good. But look how that's curled up. I don't know if you can tell how that's crunched up, but look at that, guys. I don't even know. So that's that one. We're going to do the same thing with this one now. This one's a little cooler, so it is going to be a little more difficult to peel off all of the letters. And this one curled up as well, which is kind of funny. So they don't look that different. I don't know. This top one here, there's like a little thing on the A here, like it's kind of curled up and not wanting to stick. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take this back, place it right back on here where it's supposed to go. That one was right there. This was the one without the Teflon sheet. I'm going to take it, lay it back down, just like so. You can see that. Okay, and I'm going to up the timer, guys. Okay, I'm going to get a little crazy here. I'm going to up the timer from 30 seconds all the way to 100. I really want to see what 100 will do on these things. I want to see if I can fry them and how well the Teflon sheet does and how well without a Teflon sheet does. So this is going to be the one without a Teflon sheet, guys. 100 seconds, okay, because there's really no real difference. I didn't see a difference. So I really want to see if frying these guys with just a transfer sheet in the way and then a Teflon sheet in the way plus the transfer sheet, how that will do. So we're going to go in here for 100 seconds. So go ahead and press that button, and then we're going to time down. I'm going to give the same amount of pressure the entire time. Lay my arm over it, going to give some good pressure for 100 seconds. I think I've gone crazy, guys. Who in the world would heat something this long? Okay, guys, it's been 100 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's smoking. Oh my goodness, guys, this thing, the table's not warm at all thanks to the Easy Press mat. The bottom of the mat's not warm, but 100 seconds, guys, this thing is crispy. Oh man, wow. Some of the white on the socks has been a little discolored because of it too, but I'm just going to lay this back here, okay? And I'm going to get this sock. I'm just going to show you all the difference now. This is the one we just heated, and this is the one that we're about to heat. So I'm going to lay that back down. Make sure that's on there well. Then we're going to add the Teflon sheet, right like that. Then again, guys, on 315, we're going to press that for 100 seconds. And the Easy Press mat is helping a lot with this, I think. And the temperature, I love to notice, did not change a single point while it was heating up this other sock here. So I think that is a good thing to note too, that this little Easy Press holds heat really well. The 9x9 and even the 10x12 has a bad habit, since it has such a large surface area, the heating plate's so large, it just sucks the heat, and it has been known to short out some outlets and things like that. So you do definitely have to be careful with that. But this is really cool. I'm loving looking at this. It just looks like the white is a little discolored on some spots, but guys, I don't even think that it's gonna make that much of a difference, which I guess I was hoping for. Maybe I'll crank the temperature up next time and do it for like 30 seconds, as hot as it'll go. Maybe that's what maybe that's what it takes. I'm just really looking to see a difference. And if I crank this baby to 400 degrees for 100 seconds and it doesn't do anything, I think that's going to be a really good indicator that the Teflon sheet is definitely not needed. Now, on projects like this, it's not needed. I have seen some projects, like I think I was making a pillow one time and it kind of heated up the shape of the Easy Press around the pillow and had like a square around it where I had heated the, I guess, material of the pillow a little too far, and it just kind of made that little block look on there. So I could think that that might be a good reason to have a Teflon sheet to cover like bigger pillows or fluffier surfaces or things like that that might need a little bit more help if the material is a little bit rougher or coarser than a sock like this. But guys, this is looking fine, okay? I mean, it's a little hot. It's a tiny bit discolored. I don't know if you guys can see. This one looks like it's just a little more discolored, but it is still hot. So I'm gonna go nuts, guys. I'm taking this. This was not part of the video. I did not plan on doing this, but I'm seeing no results. I'm cranking this thing up as high as she'll go to 400 degrees and letting this heat up. So once this is heated up, then I'm gonna go ahead and hit these again, starting with the top one that we do not use a Teflon sheet with, and seeing if we can get something out of it, because right now, guys, it's looking neck and neck, and we have cooked these things so much longer than we should have. So now we're gonna see if hotter and longer will make a difference. Okay, guys, it's heated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna do this for 100 seconds. So here this is. I'm just PSA, I've never done this. Don't try this at home, please. That's why I make these stupid decisions, so that you don't have to. So here's the sock that we have not covered with the Teflon sheet at all. The Teflon one is over here, still warm. So we're gonna do this for 100 seconds at 400 degrees. So here we go, guys. Just still giving firm pressure like I have been, and we'll see what happens. Last time it was smoking a little bit, and that was at 315 degrees, so I can't really imagine what it's going to be like now. But let me tell you, this puppy heated up really, really quickly. I'm going to say it wasn't even 30 seconds, and it had already heated up on us, so I was really impressed with that too. Okay, guys, I'm smelling some smoke. Oh my gosh, guys, it's smoking. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's smoking. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I hope there's nothing wrong here. Okay, guys, we still have 30 seconds left, and it is smoking under here. Oh gosh, this is, and it smells so weird, guys. Okay, I've never purposely fried iron on, so this is kind of intriguing to me as well. So we're just gonna see how this happens. I was gonna take it off around the 40-second mark, but hey, go big or go home. Okay, we're testing it so you don't have to. I'm giving firm pressure. Guys, the smell is weird. Okay, 5 more seconds. Oh gosh, okay guys, are you ready? I'm gonna lift it up. We're gonna see the damage here. Oh my gosh, can you guys see the smoke? Can you guys see the smoke? Oh my gosh. Let me just kind of, whoo. Oh my goodness. That is not that bad. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Now, it didn't even change temperature, so I'm going to lay this poor guy back here, bring in the next one with our Teflon sheet. I hope this Teflon sheet does not catch on fire. Boy, that'd be a bad day. So I'm going to go ahead, place this down for another 100 seconds, and we'll see how it goes. And guys, it has already went down 20 degrees from this Teflon sheet. I'm not really sure why. It's heating back up for us, but the other sock did not ever drop in temperature, so I'm not sure if that's the Teflon sheet or what that made that temperature drop for about 5-10 seconds, but we're just going to continue to give firm pressure and let that clock count down for us. I'm really surprised though. I thought that this one would be absolutely scorched, and it's really not. Like, it's people talk about all the time. They'll tell us, you know, when I'm layering iron on, I better not hit it too hard, or I shouldn't hit it for very long. Guys, we literally hit this for like 230 seconds and it didn't do anything. And 100 seconds we're on the hottest setting, 400 degrees, and it hasn't really done much. So we got 30 seconds left on this guy, and we'll see how he does. And then we'll peel the transfer tape off of him and see if it has affected the iron on at all. And if not, I'm just gonna be super impressed, okay? So I'm ready to see it. But this one really doesn't look that bad to have been done without a Teflon sheet. So I'm excited. Okay guys, I'm lifting it up. Oh, this one's smoking too. Oh gosh, it smells so weird, that smoke. I don't know if you all can see it or not. Woo! But I'm gonna lay this one aside, bring this one back in, and peel off the transfer tape. And it looks fine. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm pretty impressed with this, okay? It looks pretty okay. And this one's still pretty hot. Still looks a little discolored, which is crazy to me. I think that the color comes back after a few seconds though. But we're gonna go ahead and peel off this guy's transfer tape. And also looks fine. But guys, let me tell you, for 230 seconds, excuse me, 200 of those seconds a piece were on 400 degrees. I think that it's pretty safe to say you don't need a Teflon sheet. Both of these look totally fine, and we literally scorched these. These were smoking, okay guys? It's crazy. Well guys, the Easy Press has spoken. I personally do not think that you need a Teflon sheet. Maybe if you're doing a lot with pillows or shoes or some awkward material that you think would otherwise be hurt or damaged when only using the Easy Press, I think we're fine. I mean, one of these was used with a Teflon sheet and one without, and I couldn't even tell you which. And they were both heated on 30 seconds a piece and then 100 seconds a piece. So 130 seconds on 315 degrees and then another 100 seconds a piece on 400 degrees with pretty good pressure the whole time. And they look pretty darn good. I'm very impressed with this test, and I hope that you guys are too. It was a blast to be able to do this and do little tests like this, but in my personal opinion, you do not need a Teflon sheet with working with Cricut. It seems like $24.99 that I do not really want to pay, only to use a couple times. Now, in cases, like I said, if you're using pillows with a weird type of fabric, or maybe you're ironing on a lot of stuffed animals for people, maybe you're doing it for your business, I'll definitely invest in the money just to make sure that your projects are as professional as possible, especially if you're making them for profit. But in my mind, if you could do without a lot of Cricut tools, I think that this could be one of them. We're all about minimalist crafting here. We love our staples, our weeder tool, and our Cricut True Control knife, a pair of scissors, a scraper. I mean, we're kind of basic here. We don't really need a ton of fancy tools and a ton of fancy supplies. So if there's one to skip, I would pick this one. You don't really need it. It is not necessary. But wasn't that a fun test today, guys? I know I had fun burning it up, and it was smelling weird and smoking. It was crazy, but I'm glad that I did it, and I hope you all enjoyed it. But guys, as always, give us a like and leave us a comment down below if you have any questions for us. And let me know what you'd like to see next. Give us some video ideas. We always love your all's feedback. And also, guys, if you want to know more about Makers Gonna Learn, this amazing die cutting community, press the first link in the description below to learn all about it. Thanks, guys. Have a crafty day. Bye.